pick him up. So it gave him an easy pickup of 7 yards. Got twin set. Lions are in cover 3. That's a little throw, swing pass out to the right-hand side. Picks up about 2 yards. It's Michael Francis again. Close to the first down. Brings up third down and about 1 yard. As I said, the Lions come in here, the 2A 2013 state champions. They took it all the way last year, 14-0. Stanley gives it off tackle left-hand side. That's the big boy. He is not going to pick up number 34, Raheem Granger. And the Lions defense pushed him back for about a yard loss, actually a 2-yard loss. Those interior linemen that are being heavily recruited by these coaches on the sideline pinched those gaps and pushed them all back. Got good penetrations, 4th down. Stanley's going to bring them up. They're going to go for it. 4th and 2. About the 43-yard line. They've got to get it to the 45 for a first down. Handoff in the A-gap right side. Looks like he may be close. Number 34 once again, Raheem Granger. It's very close. The mark looks like he might have it. They're going to give him the first down. First down of the game. Falcons come up with it. 2 off-tackle plays. Tried the left A-gap, then he went back to the B A-gap. Defensive lineman pinched down, but the offensive line of the Falcons made good penetration, and they moved the ball 3 yards for the first down of the day. Brings the ball out to the 45-yard line. And we've got the refs talking about something here. Nope, they're going to measure, I guess. Looks to me like a first down when it's lined up on the line and the ball's over the yard marker.
All right, some minor adjustments being made. Some links taken out of the chain, and that helps the Falcons. All right.
It's a first down by a football. Refs wanted to make sure. Big spring game. A lot of pride on the line. DADE versus Broward. Stanley brings them out. 1st and 10 from about the 45.5-yard line. That's 7 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. Stanley comes out. He's giving some orders around. He's got a single back in the backfield, a 22 set. 3-step drop. He throws it quick to the left-hand side. Good cut pass by number 3, Robert Foy. Catches it for a 15-yard gain. Beautiful pass by Stanley. Right over his shoulders. Caught by his hands. Corner doesn't come up fast enough. And that's another first down. Moving the chains. Brings it down to the 40-yard line of the Lions. It's quick up the line of scrimmage. Another trip to the top side. Single back in the backfield. Cover 2. Ryan looks to the right side. He throws it, makes the catch about 3 yards. Number 3 out there, Robert Foy. Continues to keep the clock rolling. It's 6 minutes and 16 seconds in the first quarter. Stanley's got trips to the top side, short side of the field, single coverage down on the bottom. And he's going to give it right up the middle, a zone read, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. Number 2 gets Kedrick Labdy. Big hit. Loss of about, well, he's going to give it back to his line of scrimmage. Down at about 5.5 yards. Coming up at 5:30 in the first quarter. No score in the game. Got the man in motion coming out the left side. He throws a deep corner over here. It should have been picked off. Wow, number 16. Again, whose number isn't on the roster. And my goodness gracious, if that ball had been thrown a little bit deeper, a little bit higher, that would have been a good completion and possibly a touchdown, but great defensive play. Great defensive play. 4th down at about 5.5. Stops the clock at 5:13 in the first quarter. Again, this is presentations brought to you by SFSN.TV, South Florida Sports Network.tv. Streaming us tonight, all you fans watching from FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com, Bleacher.com, FloridaGridiron.com. Welcome to the spring broadcast between the Lions and the Falcons, Dade versus Broward. Stanley's back to throw again, the left-hand side, wide open, number 81, doing a post over the middle. Gets a first down. That's Emily Spence. Down 25-yard reception. Holding on the Falcons is going to bring that all the way back plus more. Caught the ball at about the 18-yard line. It's about a 23-yard gain. Going to bring all the way back. And that was 4th down. They're going to decline that, so the Lions are going to take over. Well, all right. They're going to walk it off, and I don't know where the ref is going with the ball. He's going to go down there to the 15-yard line, and maybe that's where they start instead of a punt. 20-yard line. So there isn't going to be any punting in the game. 5:05 in the first quarter. Lions will take over. They're taking a water break for these South Florida teams. Again, folks, you get a preseason scrimmage here in South Florida. It is 85 degrees right now. The Lions will take over on the 20-yard line. They'll bring their high-powered offense back up. And again, folks, remember, it's a 2A against 8A. Dade versus Broward. Unique opportunity to meet some of these young men on the Lions. We got a chance to a couple years ago, and you would be amazed where they practice and their facilities. Last time I was down, they were practicing on asphalt. They went 14-0 last year with a lot of pride. Won that state championship. Got a lot of eyes on them now. Coach Mike Tunsil's done a heck of a job with them. Heck of a job. Cato's got him lined up. Empty set. Trips to the top side. He's going to take it right up the middle, but the whistles are blowing on a quarterback keeper. They moved too quick. Oh, it was offsides. Okay. Offsides on the lines. It'll back 5 yards back to the 15-yard line. We still got 5 minutes in the first quarter. Cato lines up again in an empty set. Same formation. Trips to the top side. Let's see if he's going to run a quarterback draw again. Nope, he's looking to the right side. He's got nobody open. He's scrambling around. He may be taken down. He gets rid of the ball, and he just throws it out, and it's almost picked off. Dangerous play. It almost picked off by number 8 out here, Rocco Marucci. Not a very good decision. It's a spring game, but he was in the clutch of a defender, and he let that ball rip. And Marcucci had it hit his pads and dropped right out. That would have been great field position. Bringing up 2nd down and 15 yards. Cato brings him up again. Single back in the backfield. He's got twins. Falcons are in cover 2. This is a young quarterback. 2,700 yards last year. Throws it over the middle. A nice angle throw to number 16 again. And unfortunately, we don't have his number on the roster. Beautiful angle route. Picks up the first down and another yard. Out over the 30-yard line to the 31. Nice simple angle route out of the backfield. Nelson brings him right up to the line of scrimmage. Fast-paced offense. First quarter is winding down through 4:40. Got trips to the bottom side. Nelson's got him in a pistol set. Zone read up the middle. Cato's going to keep it for nothing. Matter of fact, he might have lost a yard. A slew of the Falcons were all over him. Great penetration.
Wall of gray jerseys beats the running back. Little to no gain on the play. Possibly a loss. Second down and 10. Lions.
Brings up second down and 10. Nelson brings him out in an empty set. Trips to the bottom side. Falcons are in, cover 2. Maybe at halftime we'll get number 16 number. He's going to swing it backwards pass over here. Slip screen. He's caught, but he breaks away from it. He's going to return back across the field. Big crackback block. It's going to be a penalty flag, probably on that crackback. Picked up 7 yards and ran about 40. Let's see what the call is. Probably going to be a personal foul on that crackback. This is the back judge. Well, nope, it's going to be a hold. Still going to be 10 yards. See what the Falcons do with it. They're going to walk it off. Bring it all the way back to about the 19-yard line. Brings up second down unless they haven't moved the marker again. First quarter, 3:27 in the counting. Trips to the right-hand side. You got a bunch set. Single back in the backfield. Single coverage on the top side. Actually, cover 2. He's looking to the middle of the field. Grounded the ball. See what they got. It'll bring up third down and forever. About third down and over 25. Cato's got an empty set. He's looking to his right-hand side. And he is sacked. It may be a safety.
Hello, my name is number 76.
Number 76 makes a big hit. Marcus Etienne, and that's close to the end zone. They're going to call a timeout. I'm sorry, that is. It's a 5-yard line. Good spotter here. And that was going to be, what did they call that? They're going to switch it over on a punt. First down Falcons. Had the Champagnat 35-yard line. Ryan will bring them up. 2:54 in the first quarter. Ryan's got a single back in the backfield, a pistol set. Draw right up the middle. Number 1 gets tripped up. Michael Francis, outside linebacker, takes him down for about a 4-yard loss. That was a great play. Read that one and just shot through. See gap, slapped him on the shoestring, and Francis went down. Brings him back almost to the 41-yard line, the 39-yard line, excuse me. Second down. Clock is coming under 2 minutes. Stanley's got him up and ready. Second down. 14 yards. Mitchell in motion. He's throwing it over here too. Crackback play. Throw is to Codner. Almost got his head taken off. Little crossing pattern out here with Mitchell and Codner. Mitchell came in motion, did the out, and Codner came underneath on a slant. Just in and out of his hands will bring up 3rd down and 14. Minute 48 in the first quarter. He's looking towards the trip side. Whistle's blowing. It's like you got movement. Yep, it's a false start. Going to back him up another 5 yards. That was a abbreviated 4-yard. Brings up 3rd down and almost 20 now. Trips to the bottom side, pistol set. Mitchell goes in motion, and he's looking left all the way. Overthrows. Looks like it was a hitch pattern over here to number 81, and he just overthrew Spence. He thought he was still running. Brings up 4th down and about 20 yards. South Florida Sports Network.tv, SFSN.tv, bringing this to you, powered by HSPN. And folks, while we got a little break coming out for all you student athletes, parents that are watching, also college coaches around the country, playingtherecruitinggame.com. Learning management system will teach your student athletes how to get to the next level. Playingtherecruitinggame.com. If you would like to sign up for a newsletter, go to playingtherecruitinggame.com/newsletter. Sign up and we will keep you posted. It's getting ready to be unveiled. We have 4 teams here in South Florida in a pilot program, getting rave reviews, getting these students ready to play at the next level and beyond. That's playingtherecruitinggame.com. Well, the Lions take over on downs. It's 1st down at the 15-yard line. Cato's got a pistol set with trips to the top. Gives a zone read up the middle, and he's met right away. Picks up about 2 or 3 yards. It's like number 8 with the ball, Michael Frederick. Bring up 2nd down and 7. Coming down through a minute. Nelson brings him to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the top side again. Single back in the backfield. He throws a quick split screen out to the left, and he's down. And the good thing that ball was thrown in front of him because it wasn't caught. 3rd down and 7. Stop the clock. Notice a lot of coaches down on the field, especially my old friend Eddie Grand at Cincinnati now, doing a job up there. Tommy Tupperville, but there's a host of other coaches down there watching these 2 teams. Brings up 3rd down and 7. Nelson's letting those receivers know what to do. He's looking to the left, and he gets rid of it. Wide open receiver. Oh, almost picked off. Number 21. Charles Williams, Falcons, if he'd had his head up, that would have been taken all the way the other way. That'll bring up 4th down and 7. Neither the offense or the defensive player saw that ball. Nelson, a young man that threw for over 2,700 yards last year, took the Lions 14-0 to a state championship, their first one. Incredible feat for these guys. It looks like the Falcons are going to take over on downs. Spring game. There are no punts, so there are no injuries. Bring the ball out to the 50-yard line. Stanley will bring them up, and they're ready to roll. We're winding down under 30 seconds in the first quarter. Fast-paced game. Spring football. Got number 5, Mitchell, gives a pitch to the left-hand side. Number 34, Granger. Big block out there. Number 5, Mitchell. And number 6, Codner. Put a good block out here. Picked up about 7 yards. Nice little run. Well, where they're marking it is about a short 2. Second down and short. Another pistol set. Stanley is up with the Mitchell in motion again. There's a blitz. It's a zone read. And number 34, Granger, makes a good cut to the right-hand side. Picks up the first down because Labadie was coming across on a blitz in the A gap. And he picked the wrong gap. That'd be a 1st and 10 for Flanagan Falcons. That'll be the end of the first quarter with the score 0-0. You've got the Lions, Dade County, here meeting the Falcons of Broward County. This action is brought to you by SFSN.TV, powered by HSPN. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
High school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. The KDA Foundation is a 501c3 non-for-profit youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth. We address vital issues concerning transitional phases of primary and secondary education through sports and academic advisory camps, health and wellness programs, and athletic scholarships, grant, and aid assistant programs for college. To find more information, check us out at www.kdafoundation.org.
Back to live action out here. Took a little break. Second quarter, fast-paced game. Stanley's got it, going in the other direction, right into the sun. 1st and 10. Bobbles the ball, gives his own read right up the middle, and there's a big gaping hole. Takes about 15, 16 yards. Big Granger. They don't have the weights on here, but he's got to be close to a couple of 100 pounds, that young man. Maybe 190. He might be a short one. But Granger hits that daggone A-gap, and he picks it up quick. Down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, same formation. Fakes it to Granger, throws it deep the right-hand side. Number 81 makes a great catch. He is inbound, and it's almost in there for a touchdown. That is Emily Spence. Picks up about 20 yards on that reception. A beautiful throw over the outside shoulder. Stanley has been practicing that throw on a corner route. Emily Spence, you're going to hear a lot about him this year, and you're going to hear Stanley throwing to him a lot. Brings it down inside, well, right to the 5-yard line. It'll bring up 1st down and goal. 9:36 on the clock in the second quarter. And we're looking right into the sun. Stanley brings him up. He's under center. Granger's in the I formation. Takes a snap, gives it off to the B captain. Big number 78 takes him down, rides him down there. Chidi Okiki. 6'6", 305-pound sophomore, folks. No gain, 2nd down and goal. Did you hear that, folks? 6'6", 305-pound sophomore. Flanagan with the ball again. 2nd down. Goal from the 5-yard line. Coming inside of 9 minutes. Granger single back in the backfield. Stanley once again under center. He gives it off to the A-gap to the right-hand side, and a helmet comes flying. Some hitting going on inside there. May have picked up nothing. Not moving yard mark. It's 3rd down and goal. At Lions Pride down there in the red zone, stuffing them. And you can stuff them with 300-pounders. You got another defensive lineman down there, Strachan, 6'4", 300 pounds. Crawford down in there, 6'7", 275, a sophomore. Strachan is a junior. They're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout too. You're watching SFSN.TV, powered by HSPN. Stay with us, folks.
This timeout was brought to you by Smart Programs. Smart Programs are free academic mentoring and sports training camps. Smart Programs provide awareness seminars, tutoring, and training, including certified teachers, coaches, role models, and community leaders. This timeout was brought to you by Smart Programs. Smart Programs are free. Timeout was brought to you by Smart Programs. Smart Programs are free academic mentoring and sports training camps. Smart Programs provide awareness seminars, tutoring, and training, including certified teachers, coaches, role models.
3rd and goal. Falcons have it on the 5-yard line. Stanley comes up in a pistol set. Man in motion. He's going to reverse pivot, bootleg out to the left-hand side, and throw a quick one over the middle. It's a touchdown. Number 3 comes across the field. Robert Foy comes all the way across on a drag pattern. And let me tell you something. Number 64 takes 2 Lions down. Number 64, Cameron Campbell, big lineman. Stanley takes the snap, reverse pivots, bootleg out to the left-hand side, rolls out, sees Foy coming across on a drag play, 5-yard touchdown, Falcons. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this offense I'm seeing. Now, these guys have been playing together for a few years. You know, you got a quarterback that's a 3rd-year starter. You're going to have a lot of synergy that works out. And these spring games, they are going to go for the extra points. So let's see if they can get it up and through. Got a lefty. There's no rush on it. He does get it up and through. That'll make it 7-0 with the second quarter, 8:20. Special guest just walked into the booth, trying to get the headset on. Well, we want to welcome you all watching SFSN TV. We want to welcome all the people watching from Bleacher.com, all the folks from Florida High School football watching, and we want to thank all those from Florida Gridiron Preps that are watching tonight. This spring broadcast, our inaugural broadcast of, well, not our inaugural of 2014. We caught a couple of all-star games, didn't we? But this will get it going for the 2014 season. 2 very highly ranked teams, and you've got one of them down there out of Dade County with at least 10 players that are in the top 20 in the county, ranked by Larry Bluestein and the Miami Herald. Cato takes the ball, and he's zone read, but he's going to be eaten up. There was no give or go. He takes it and gets just eaten up by Mr. Charles Williams for about a 6-yard loss. Bring up 2nd down and about 16. Special guest up in the box. I don't normally get to see all these things. My son Glenn Stout is in here going to help me do this color and play-by-play. And yep, Flanagan. And these are the Falcons and these are the Lions. And if you want to attempt Champagnat,
we can try. I'll at least call them the Lions for now until I get the name down.
I've already been corrected about 6 times, so I just say Lions. Great group of kids. Nelson's back to throw. He scrambles out to the right-hand side, and he's got a short throw over here. But flag goes whizzing in at the lineman, so it's going to look like it's probably going to be a hold penalty.
Yeah, they got to get all the rust out here. That's what the spring game's for.
It's only 3rd penalty tonight, or today. It is evenings. It's a hot evening. And it's been relatively penalty-free. They're going to get a choice to step off 10, Len, or decline it. 2nd down and 15 forever anyways.
They got some big boys on that offensive line, though.
Against the Lions offense, the penalty is declined.
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier, and they put them on offense, defense. You know, Champagnat, the Lions play both ways. And these boys are sophomores and juniors, and they're 310, 275, 300, 305 pounds.
That's a wall right there.
The Great Wall of Dade. Well, you got Nelson out here in a single back in the backfield.
Oh, they're sending the house on that one.
Whoa,
Good
great catch over the middle by number 6. Nice big receiver. That's Devonair Clarington. He picks up the first down and more. That's about a 25-yard gain. Wow. That was a little pattern over the middle. Nelson threw it up high for the jump ball. Clarington went up and made a great catch, didn't he?
When I was in high school, if there was a 6'6", 230-pound wide receiver that was only a junior, I'd be getting out his way too.
Oh boy, they're bringing it all the way back. My goodness gracious. Bringing it all the way back. That was a great play too. It's too bad. They're going to bring it all the way back, and it'll be third down and forever. Over 20 yards. Cover 2, I might go right back at it. Nelson's got an empty set. He's got a big pressure on him.
He's taking off.
He's going to get to the
Don't hit him
sideline.
out of bounds.
Stood up by number 21. Charles Williams may have gotten it back to the original line of scrimmage, Glenn. I don't know if he even got it that close, but it'll bring up fourth down. And I'm sure they're going to elect the punt.
Yeah, I don't know. Those coaches might not want their starting quarterback running around like that in the spring game. Want to get north and south or get rid of that ball. That's dangerous. But I'll tell you what, I really like the Lions uniforms. Those are some nifty uniforms.
They unveiled those last year.
Yeah, it looked like a personal foul. Maybe a cut block.
Well, that's 3 major penalties in a row, and it really cost the Lions because they had a beautiful 25-yard pickup. Carrington, Glenn, that you were talking about, that giant sophomore wide receiver, and penalty brought that back, and then 2 more penalties, and now they're running the ball the opposite way. I guess that's going to be a turnover and downs, and the Falcons will probably take the ball. Spring rules, they've got this measured out somehow where they turn it over on fourth down wherever it's measured from. They're bringing it out, and sorry, I don't have the rule because they're not punting. Brings it out to the Lions 45-yard line, and the Falcons take it over first down. About 6:42 remaining in the second quarter. Falcons will bring it out.
That same wide receiver that made that big catch there, Clarington, he's a defensive end. That's not normal for high school sports where you have a wide receiver starting both ways and he's playing defensive end. Maybe defensive back or safety, but defensive end, that is literally a monster.
Well, the Lions have a very small roster. They're a small Catholic school playing 2A, and so these young men are going to play both ways.
False
Penalty
start.
flag.
Got to hold your water there at the offensive line.
And we have a false start penalty against the Falcons offense. Lose 5 yards, keep it down. 1st and 15.
Backed them up 5 yards. 1st and 15.
Low snap. Draw play.
Right up the middle. Picks up about 8 or 9, and the defender throws him for another, whips him for another 3, Glenn.
I'll tell you what, those defensive linemen, they were standing straight up on that play instead of hitting those gaps, and they didn't know which way to go. The running back just hit that open hole and put his head down and fell forward for about 8 yards.
Yeah, in springtime you don't work a whole lot on conditioning. You work on technique, getting guys in, so it's starting. They're going to feel it now. They're going to really feel it third, fourth quarter. Coming into under 6 minutes in the second quarter. Stanley brings them up in a pistol set. Throws it quick to the left-hand side. Number 3 over there catches it.
Great
He's got
play
enough
call.
for the
Great
first down.
play call.
That's Robert Foy. I like his play calling tonight. He's mixing it up all over the place. He's got guys in motion. He's throwing dump passes. But then again, Ryan Stanley, and you interviewed him at the one of the Wednesday night shows. Here's a young man that started 3 years. This will be his third year starting.
Yeah, he's smart. I mean, he saw that. He read the corners were running off. They were sending pressure on the edges, and they'd hit him out in the flats. Got an easy first down there. I mean, it gets no better than that. No pressure on the quarterback or anything.
Well, it brings it down to the Lions' 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Stanley brings him up in a pistol set. He's got the Lions in cover 2. Single coverage out here on the outside. They do have some big linemen. But those big linemen are playing on both sides of the ball with no break, and they're at a fast pace tonight. Wow. Linebacker ran right by the running back. He shot that A-gap.
Definitely a busted play there. It seemed like he was shooting the A-gap. He overran him, and he was able to at least get back positioning and actually make that tackle without getting many yards, if any yards. So good job busting in that backfield. Just got to wrap him up in the backfield.
That was Granger on the carry. Bring up 2nd down and 10. 5:25 in the second quarter.
I'll tell you what, if there wasn't a breeze out there right now, I mean, I know it's hot, but they're lucky they got a little bit of a breeze, or they'd be really sucking wind.
Stanley's got him up. Pistol set.
False start.
Gonna back him up 5 yards.
He's getting nervous against number 6, man. He knows that that kid's huge. He's got to get out of his stance real quick and get in that block.
These are men amongst boys.
Officials timeout on the field.
Well, that's official timeout, water break on the field. SFSN TV bringing this to you, powered by HSPN. We'll bring it back to you in just a moment. Stay with us, folks. Well, we got 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Fast-paced, very tough for a team like the Lions that have players that play both ways because they're not getting any rest. They got rest on 2 water breaks.
My goodness, look at the size of number 77 on that Flanagan side. Oh my goodness. Jamar Lambert. That is a big boy. 9th grader. I've been told he's a 9th grader. Oh my goodness, he's going to be Division I if he can get it going.
Stanley takes a 2-step drop. Beautiful play.
Oh.
Wow. Threw it behind Robert Foy.
Not like him. Usually he leads the receivers pretty good. Seemed like he threw it off his back foot just slightly. The pressure was coming around the corner, so hopefully he can pick that up. But that's usually a given right there.
Bring up 3rd down and 15. 4:35 in the second quarter. Stanley brings him up.
Get on the ball.
Got Mitchell in motion.
Seems to have seen something in the defense because he audibled to something. There it is.
Great throw to the out-hand side. That's number 6 on the catch, Codner. Picks up about 9 yards, very close to the first down marker.
You can see how comfortable he is with his wide receivers. He didn't even really have to look at him other than send him in motion. He knew exactly where he was going to be, and I mean, that's just boom, boom. And they're going to actually go for it here, 4th and 2. No clock. They know it's getting close to the halftime, so they're going to try to get this one.
Coming inside of 4 minutes, they're going for it, 4th down and 2. Got Granger in the backfield, single back in the backfield. He's going to set back.
See if they're going to run a delay here.
He's got single coverage down here. Number 81 who made big catch earlier, Spence.
The Lions are coming too. There they go. They get him to jump off sides. Smart play calling right there.
Got a free one.
That was a veteran move down there underneath center. He tried his best not to shake his head around because I believe that is a penalty on the offense if the quarterback tries to draw him off sides by moving.
Brings up first down. 15-yard line.
It's tough for those Lion players too. Definitely going both ways, getting worn out. Definitely spring ball. They're not as in conditions as you said, so it's tough for those guys staying down in that stance for that long period of time.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that fade pattern out here to Spence on the bottom side. He's in single coverage, number 81. Got Mitchell in motion, whistles blown.
False start, I think. Yep. Very sloppy, very sloppy. Flanagan's not usually like this. Now they get a little more space. A little more space to throw that fade you want.
There you go. First down and 15. 3 minutes. Second quarter to half. And I'm looking for Mitchell in motion, and I'm looking for that fade. He's rolling to this side, and there he goes. He's throwing it short underneath. Same side of the field. Number 8's got it very close to the touchdown. See the referee's marking. Looks like Marucci.
They're going to get up
or
on that
number
ball.
5, I'm sorry, Mitchell. He's the one that was in motion, did a little quick out, Glenn, and caught it underneath. And he did send Spence to the corner.
Kayvon Mitchell, he's been hitting the flats all game. He had that flats over there that got them that long third down conversion. And they're just tearing them up on the flats right now. The corners are bailing. They're obviously running some cover one single coverage. They got to cover the corners deep. And there's no linebacker help getting out into the flats. Watch Flanagan get up here on the ball real quick, try to punch it in.
First down and goal for 2-yard line. Under 3 minutes. The give is right up the middle to Mitchell. Nope. Stanley keeps it around the right-hand side.
Great play fake.
And he didn't get in.
Wow. There's some more laundry out there on the field.
Fake to Mitchell up the middle. Okay, defense encroachment. I heard the announcer because they're way down there where we can't see them. So it'll be a do-over.
Heck of a play fake, though, huh? You had us up here in the booth.
Yeah, it
fooled
was.
with that play fake.
We're looking right down on that sun. We'll do it all over. First down and goal from the 1.5-yard line. He's got Granger in the I formation. Stanley goes underneath center. He's going to bang it up the middle. That's going to be a touchdown.
That's 6.
Right over the B gap on the left-hand side. And that was a big hole, Glenn.
That's bread and butter right there. I mean, they teach that from Pee Wee football. Off tackle, off guard. Get your guys up, man up, hit the hole. There goes some more laundry on the field.
Late flag. Personal foul against Flanagan.
This drive has not been very disciplined for either team. Lots of laundry on the field.
I think that's a dead ball foul.
Yeah, it seemed that the penalty occurred after the play, so I do not know. They will probably penalize the extra point or assess it on the kickoff.
Looks like that's what they're going to do. They're lining up for the little chip shot extra point, so that's what they're probably going to do. They're going to do it, but there is no kickoff, so it'll give them probably 15 yards closer to the goal line. This will make it 14-0.
Now, I don't know if the Lions are tired or if, because this is a spring game, they do not want people rushing the kicker.
No, the rule, they don't want them rushing the kicker.
Okay.
They don't have punts or kickoff.
I would have forgiven for how tired they've been in, obviously, spring game.
Well, the Falcons go up 14-0. 2:47 left in the second quarter. This is spring football brought to you by SFSN.TV, powered by HSPN. With our bloggers out there and all of their fans, sports fans, Bleacher.com. Lazaro, thank you. Florida High School football. Joshua, thank you. And Florida Gridiron Preps, Bobby, thank you.
Tell you what, though, spring football is in full effect. On my way down here, I saw about 4 or 5 high school stadiums. Everybody's outside practicing, getting that last work in before the summer. Start them 2-a-days, and then we'll be right back into fall football season, the best time of the year. I don't care if people like Christmas, they're waiting for all the holidays. No, we're waiting for football season here.
And you know what I asked Stanley down earlier. I said, you guys are going to come in and defend your championship? The dirty, he goes, yes, sir. Nelson throws a split screen out to the right-hand side. It's caught.
Oh, man, it is just
Picks
tough
up
to take down a guy that's that big.
16-yard gain. First down. That's number 4.
Stephen Claude, 6'1", 190-pound junior.
Woo.
I mean, these guys are massive.
That's a big boy.
As a matter of fact, I do not see a single senior on this roster, which is great for the Lions. Absolutely outstanding.
Nelson scrambling around. Everybody else is standing there. And you better be careful. He doesn't pick up anything.
There
There's going
goes
to be
the
another
laundry
personal
again.
foul.
It's getting chippy down there. I mean, these guys are Broward, DADE. They're not messing around, and they both want to show who's the superior team.
You're absolutely correct.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be down there shoving some of those big boys. I stay out of that stuff.
Getting too old for that stuff.
Yes.
Personal foul will be a 15-yard mark off. That's about the Lions' 4th personal foul of the first half.
See, and those are killers right there. I mean, these guys are playing both ways and grinding it out. Flanagan just scored a touchdown. The Lions are putting together a decent drive, and then they're killing themselves with this personal foul penalty right here. They got great yards on that last play. You can't have that happen.
Look at the size of this interior line of the Lions. Nelson brings him up. He's got a single back in the backfield. He's got trips to the top side. He's going to throw. They let that split screen out there. He's going to run to it again until they honor it.
Yeah.
Picks up
Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground.
10 yards. He's signaling it.
Wow. That was close. They really got bailed out there because if that ball had rolled the opposite direction, the Flanagan guys were all over that thing.
Picked up about 10, but he's still got 15 to go, Glenn. He's going to line him up again. He's run that split screen twice in a row.
I think they're saying that his knee was down before the ball came out because that ball rolled about 10 yards downfield.
Well, they're taking another break here. It's 2 minutes left in the second quarter. There's a timeout on the field. This is SFSN.TV, powered by HSPN. We'll be right back with you.
This timeout was brought to you by Smart Programs. Smart Programs are free academic mentoring and sports training camps. Smart Programs provide awareness seminars, tutoring, and training, including certified teachers, coaches, role models, and community leaders. Available for local schools and organizations. www.kdafoundation.org.
Champagnat has it, 3rd down and 15.
Trips to the left side. They're just trying to spread this defense out. They want a touchdown before halftime.
2 minutes and 7 seconds. We apologize. The clock had a problem with getting the clock on there, and spring game.
Low snap. Steps into the pocket.
Nelson's running for his life. He barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Got to get rid of that ball. Got to get rid of that ball. Step up into the pocket. Fire it downfield. Flanagan's defensive backs are definitely playing great right now. They're blanketing these wide receivers. Got to find somebody open, though.
Bring up 4th down and 15.
Doesn't look like they're setting up for a punt.
Lions are going to go for it. 4th and 15, 2 minutes and some change left till the first half. Might as well.
Looks like they got some cover 2 going over here. Safety over the top in case of the deep ball. They know the deep ball is coming. Steps
He's
up
looking
into
to the
pocket.
middle. He
Nice.
throws it.
Oh.
Underthrows him.
Underthrew him. He had him. He had him on the skinny post.
He did.
Right on the cover 2, just like we said. Safety was over the top. Corner was a little bit behind. There was a short window. It's tough for a lot of these kids. That's a D1 throw right there. You can make that throw. You play in Division I. and that was about a 20-yard window down the field. He had to hit him with a strike, and obviously he didn't hit him, but tough play.
Yeah, it was a window. It was there, but you're right. You got to have a gun to get it in there. First down, Flanagan, out here at their own 45-yard line. They still have 1:50 left in the second quarter. They have plenty of time to put more points on the board.
Oh, you better believe Stanley out there, they definitely want to get 6 more points on that board before halftime, get a little more cushion on that lead.
Looks like they got Foy out here, the wide out. Got twins. Single back.
See if they hit that flat again. Low snap.
He's taking off up the middle. He's going down the left-hand side. He's got the first down and more.
What a move.
He may take it all the way down the sideline. He takes it about to the 23-yard line of the Lions.
That was veteran move right there. He knew that the flat wasn't there, which obviously they're trying to attack this flat, attack these outside linebackers. He stepped up into the pocket and took off. No hesitation at all. And that is definitely shows a veteran quarterback.
Well, they're bringing that ball way back. He picked up about 30, but they're only going to give him about 15 of it. He must have stepped out of bounds early on, obviously.
Tried to tiptoe a little too far.
Yeah, it looked pretty easy down that sideline. 1:40 in the second quarter.
I can't tell from up here. Does Sunshine still have his long blonde hair?
Oh, yeah. You got it. He got it all wrapped up in there. 3-step drop,
There it
little
is
dump
in the
pass.
flats.
Number 1 out of bounds. He gets about 7-8 line. That's Michael Francis.
I'll tell you what, the Lions, if they could hear us up here in the press box, they'd hear that they are attacking the flats. They need to get somebody out there, get those linebackers over there.
And Coach Bush is going to attack it if you're not going to honor it. And what's nice is that not only are they hitting the flats, but they're able to turn up. So that tells you exactly what you said down here. This linebacker speed is just not enough to catch him, and he's trailing them.
I don't know if it's because the outside linebackers are afraid of Stanley's speed and him taking off in the pocket, or just the linebackers aren't able to get out into coverage.
And their corners are bailing.
That's
Another
a
quick
simple hitch.
Little hitch, number 81. That's our boy Spence.
I'll tell you what, we can hear these coaches a few steps over to our right, and they are yelling and screaming at that wide receiver. You got to get upfield. You got to get upfield. No dancing, especially when the clock's running.
Second down and short, 1:18. Clock stopped.
Just shy of the first down marker. Second down and 2, Falcons.
At the 32-yard line of the Lions.
Looks like they're calling a timeout here.
Well, they did call timeout. This is SFSN.TV, powered by HSPN. Stay with us. We'll be right back with you.
High school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. The KDA Foundation is a 501c3 non-for-profit youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth. We address vital issues concerning transitional phases of primary and secondary education through sports and academic advisory camps, health and wellness programs, and athletic scholarships, grant and aid assistant programs for college. To find more information, check us out at www.kdafoundation.org.
Third down and 2. 1:08, third quarter. Bad snap.
Oh, they read that play.
Wow.
Ate him up.
That was a stunt.
My goodness. That's
Lost.
Devon Air. Clarington, our stud wide receiver / defensive end hybrid freak, met him in the backfield and planted him.
For a 2-yard loss. He shot that A gap and he was in his face quick. Clock is running under 40 seconds. Fourth down and 5. Stanley's two-step drop.
What a knockdown again. Clarington, I mean, he is all over the field. They got him on the left side, the right side. They're putting him on the strong side, obviously. But it's hard to throw a ball over a defensive end that's 6'6", and he plays wide receiver. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to get his hands up in the air, and I mean, what a play. 2 plays in a row, he was the playmaker, caused this punt right here.
32 seconds left in the second quarter. If Nelson can put something together, he's got enough speed to do it on the outside. They may be able to get some points on the board. We'll see.
Checking to see if that referee's okay. He got ran over about 3 plays ago. Contact sport. Anyone down on the field, you get in the way, you're going to get ran over.
Better be paying attention.
That's the argument the refs say. They need to have some pads on too.
Well, Nelson brings him up. He's got trips to the bottom side. Single coverage up top. See if he's going to throw it out there. He's looking left. Going to throw it over the middle.
Oh, my goodness.
Off.
Oh, that's an interception. What a play. I thought he went over his back to catch that ball. He did have that ball.
Number 14, Dante Brown, picks it off.
He put enough mustard on that one. I'll tell you what. He put that on a line right over the safety's head. And too bad he wasn't a little bit higher, because that Lions player had his hands on the ball wrapped around the back of him like a Sports Center highlight. Unfortunately, he could not haul that ball in, and a great concentration by the Flanagan defensive back to be able to intercept that ball. Great play.
Great play. The Falcons get the ball on their own 40-yard line, and they still have 25 seconds left in the second quarter. See what Stanley's going to do with it. Going to be content with 14, or you're going to go with the big one? Got Spence on the top side, and he's going to feel a little pressure. Throws it out of bounds over here to the right-hand side.
Smart play. Didn't force anything.
18 seconds left on the clock.
Do not want to force something here and throw a pick or fumble the ball. Let them run it in while the clock's running out. Definitely would not be a way you want to end half.
Second down and 10, but that really doesn't mean anything with 18 seconds on the clock. He's got maybe a couple plays.
I say the way that we know Stanley, he's going to run around a little bit, try to make something happen. If he doesn't see somebody open, he will definitely take off. He watches Johnny Manziel a lot, I can tell, the way he runs around in the backfield. So see what kind of tricks he has.
Great protection.
Good throw.
Number 6 catches it. He doesn't get out of bounds. Clock's under 10 seconds.
Clock's running.
Codner.
I think they're out of timeouts too.
Picked up 20 yards on that.
No, they had 1 timeout left. They're going to use it here.
Well, they're going to take a timeout. This is FSSN.TV, powered by HSPN. Stay with us, folks. See if Stanley can take it in. We'll be right back. Ten seconds. First down and 10. Movement. We're going to give him another 5 yards, but Stanley's got about maybe 2 plays.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of play calling they're going with here. They got 2 options. They're either going to try to hit something, get a little more yardage so they get a more manageable throw, or they might be going for the marbles for 2 plays.
I believe he's been playing in the off season with strong arm 7-on-7 in competition, so he's got plenty of work. He's working that arm constantly. He's got trips to the bottom side, Glenn. We got 10 seconds, couple plays, low snap again. He's looking single coverage.
Oh, clock's going to be running. He's got to wing it out there. Jump ball. That was a jump ball right there.
Got 1.8 seconds. He's got one more throw.
One more throw left. You got a trick play. You want to use it. I don't know if they play the Lions during the regular season. You want to show your trick plays.
No, it's Dade County 2A. 2A against DADE. You know these Lions play. They play Coral Springs Christian. They play the team in
Highlands.
Highlands Christian.
Upper Room Christian.
2A football, and these young men, man, they've obstacles, and they've got a great program. Head coach Mike Tunsil, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Coach. One play left.
Last play.
Spread him out. Throws it deep down the right side.
He's
Number
got
47.
room. Oh, he dropped the pick.
Threw it short. That's going to bring us into halftime. The Falcons take it at halftime, 14-0 over the Lions, and they're going to get about a 12-15 minute break, and we're going to take a quick break, and when we do, we'll come back and talk to you. This is SFSN.TV, powered by HSPN. Folks, stay with us.
The Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation is a youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth.
KDA just partnered up with University of Miami for these community-based projects as far as the athletes coming out and talking about athletics becoming bigger, faster, and stronger, and KDA talking about becoming a great student. Can you share with us the recent partnership with KDA and the city of Pompano Beach and bringing these type activities?
Well, I think Keeping Dreams Alive is doing an awesome thing. We noticed that from the jump, and we think this could be a partnership for a long time just because of what you guys believe in, what you stand for, and you kind of correlate with what we do. So it's awesome what you guys do in this community, and that's the number one thing, is to give back to these kids and let them understand that we're here for them. Anything we could do to give back, we're here. So KDA is doing an awesome thing, and we're just happy that we're partnering up with you guys to do that as well.
Yeah, it's great to see the kids in the summertime, have this opportunity at this beautiful facility with your organization, and just having that sense of giving back. Because a lot of times, the kids sitting around during the summer, and to see the collegiate level come back, give back to the community, have you guys put this on for the kids, it's really special. All ages too. You got preschool kids working with college kids and the high school kids pushing themselves. It's a really neat opportunity for everybody.
My name is Stephen Morris, quarterback, University of Miami, born and raised in Miami, Florida. I think you got to be a level-headed person. My mom and dad do a great job of making sure that I'm always on top of my things, especially with academics. And when it comes to schoolwork, I got to put that first. And definitely preparing for games, and throughout game weeks, I really holler at my coaches, make sure that we're on the same page with each other. And it's just really good on time management.
All right, and last but not least, we deal with a lot of student athletes out there in pursuing a scholarship of a graduation in college. What advice you got for any student athletes pursuing college?
To just keep working, just to always make sure that staying positive with your coaches, communicating with them, having an opportunity to do the right thing on and off the field, and the coaches in college will recognize you.
That made us a lot closer and understanding about dreams. Right. If they want to keep their dreams alive, the education part is the thing that gets it done. Yeah. Football sets it up, they look at it, but if I don't have the grades to be able to solidify it, nothing changes, nothing happens. So with that, that really made us stronger on the field, because guys start seeing themselves having good grades, understanding that, then they realize that I can make it. I can get a chance to get out of here and change my life. Make sure all young student athletes, the most important thing for you to do is make sure you understand that the education is paramount. That's the key to this whole deal. We can talk about football, and everybody can talk about how good you can run, how fast you can run, but it's a million guys out there can run just as fast, and the only thing can set the difference between anybody is the transcript. Transcript sets everything up, put you in a position to put you over the top between, because when it's close, academics wins. So if I got my academics, I can be able to set the precedent. My dreams can come true if I got the things that I need to do. So make sure we all focus on our education. That's the key thing, no matter what you may hear out there about your stats and all that stuff, because guys with no stats and good grades go to college. Y'all guys keep up the great work, man. You're doing a tremendous job. Y'all keep it up, man. The kids are very appreciative of you guys.
The changes I've seen have been extremely positive. KDA has helped my boys establish exactly what direction they want to go in, and what it takes to actually be a student athlete both on and off the field. made a big difference. It's also made a big difference to me because I've also learned a lot of things that I didn't know as far as getting the boys into school and the whole scholarship and the financial aid part.
On the impact of the BCAA football camp and partnering up with Keeping Dreams Alive.
Well, two things that go into play here. One is the value that these kids from a camp that is free and has some dynamic instruction going on the field. And then for us to have the opportunity to team up with Keeping Dreams Alive and add an academic component that gives kids awareness about clearinghouse, recruiting tips, and mentorship has just been invaluable to their future.
Any advice you got for any of those coaches out there throughout Broward County and keeping dreams alive with these free programs to their school?
I think they're actually missing the boat, and they're doing their kids an injustice by not being involved with Keeping Dreams Alive. We need all the help we can get to offer the exposure, the experiences that everyone brings to the table for our kids, and to not make use of all the tools that we have at our disposal. It's just not good for our kids. And I think it will be very good if they just get involved and Keep Dreams Alive involved to assist them in the process that we're all trying to do, which is to get kids on the next level and the education that they're going to benefit from throughout their lives.
Hi, I'm Jerome McDougal, played at Blanche Ely High School, went to University of Miami, graduated, was drafted first round, 15 pick overall to the Philadelphia Eagles. It's important for you to take advantage of all your opportunities because sometimes you don't get another second chance. So you take advantage of your opportunities and make the best of it. Just always do your best and keep your dream alive.
My name is Aronda Gadsden. I went to Winston-Salem State University, played 7 years here for the Miami Dolphins. They stress academic involvement. It's usually overshadowed by our athletic prowess because everybody wants to be the best at their sport. But academics always keeps your dream alive because sometimes sports don't work out and you always have the academics to fall back on. Advice to you guys is to be persistent. It always pays off. Sometimes you may fail, but you get back on that horse and try again, whether it's at your position, whether it's at your sport, whether it's at SAT, ACT, whether it's at geometry or algebra. You just keep on trying. Persistency always pays off in life and in sports. To live your dreams.
KDA Foundation is a very good foundation. It's really tremendously helped the kids around here. I know it's helped a lot of the community kids, the neighborhood kids, and I think it's doing a good job for especially our young men here trying to get off. A lot of them don't have a lot of role models, and I think KDA is one of the first foundations that I've been around with that has truly been there for the kids and who's truly giving the kids an opportunity to be successful, to be able to branch themselves out and be positive. And there's one positive foundation that I'm going to really try to get involved in, get my kids involved in, before they can keep their dreams alive. And you know, the most important thing for a child is to have some dreams. And I think KDA is one of the things that's going to really help them achieve those goals. And very pleased with what they're doing. Very pleased in this message that they're giving to the kids, and very pleased in what I see around them.
My name is Coach Rodney K. Gray. I'm the head football coach at Blanche Ely High School in Pompano Beach, Florida. Been employed in the Broward County School System since 1990 in the capacity of a physical education teacher and football coach. I love KDA. I've been working with them for the last 3 or 4 years. They came out into the community, did some great things, along with working at the FAU camp, the Miami camp, and just working the oldest grade, future legend camps in the future and in the past as well. KDA keeps the dream alive by letting the kids keep their dream alive by furthering their education through sports and academics. So KDA is a great resource for this community. We should all support them, whatever function they may have at any point in time.
All right, my name is Alfonso Zodicius. I went to Blanche Ely High School, graduated year of 1996. Currently, right now, I'm employed by Brews Room Sports Bar and Grill, which I am the general manager of the Brews Room in Coral Springs, running a $6.5 million operation. So what KDA is doing with kids is a phenomenal thing, helping kids keep their dreams alive, meaning that it's outside of sports and everything else, there's a real world. And with kids, you know, they don't really have that comprehension, and KDA is getting them set up for life outside of sports. So it's definitely a good thing. I appreciate when Mr. Stout, Glenn Stout, came up to me and said, hey, this is an opportunity for you and Brews Room to be represented and help KDA. And I took that chance and said, hey, let me help you guys. Let me give you guys what I have, what I can contribute. And that's what, you know, this is all about. Brews Room giving back to the community, giving back to the kids. And what KDA is doing is a phenomenal thing. Definitely support KDA 110%.
I train every day for these moments. Moments under the lights when I make a big hit. Moments when the crowd roars after I score. I am one of few. The few that will carry the load of the team. The few that separate themselves from the weak. The few that sacrifice everything to be the greatest. I am not common. I am not ordinary. I am within a group of people considered to be the best. This leaves me with one question, and one question only. Are you among the elite? Here is your chance to prove yourself. Only the elite will survive. There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
We're here, we got your back. And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
if you're sitting out there and you're wondering, you have to start that process.
Education comes first. You never know what the future holds.
Give me a better opportunity to make it in life.
Live your dreams.
First half stats coming into this third quarter. We've got about 3 minutes left. We've got Cato Nelson, 5 completions out of 10 attempts for only 50 yards. On the other side of the ball, you've got Ryan Stanley, 11 completions on 19 attempts, 105 yards and 1 touchdown. His long was 21. Team stats, first down, Flanagan Falcons had 10, rushing 15 for 69, passing yardage, as you heard, 105 yards, attempts, completions, interceptions, none, 19 and 11, passing yards 34, 174, fumbles lost, none. They were penalized 5 times for 30 yards. On the other side of the ball, the Lions out of Dade County had 2 first downs, only 2 first downs in the first half. They had 8 rushes, negative 7 yards, 50 yards passing. Again, Cato Nelson 5 for 11 and 43 yards. They had no fumbles lost. Penalties, 7 for 49 yards. And those stats are brought to you by SFSN.TV. We are enjoying this afternoon. The sun is going down out here in Pembroke Pines, Florida. Great matchup. Big against small. But you wouldn't know small was small down there in 2A with average 330-pound linemen. Those linemen are playing both ways. Great group of kids led by Coach Mike Tinsel. And great group of guys that are blogging for us tonight, streaming for us tonight. You've got 3 super groups. Florida High School football up there, Josh Wilson. Thank you for streaming us tonight. Got Bleacher.com with Lazaro doing a great job, also doing the graphics for us. Thank you, Lazaro. South Florida Sports Network, SFSN.TV, who's we're streaming for. Florida Gridiron Preps, Bobby Jackson. Your folks are watching us too. We enjoy it. We love bringing it to you. Our first spring game. A lot more in store for our network this year. We've got a lot of college coaches. We welcome you for watching across the country. And boy, oh boy, did we have 20 or 30 of them, Glenn, on the sideline when you came in watching these kids play ball today.
Last night in North Broward County, Coral Springs High School played Everglades High School, and that was a great football game. Everglades ended up winning that game 28-21, and you think this wall of Dade line is big, you should see the Taravella offensive line. I mean, they are massive. And they got a great quarterback up there, and Taravella High School, you should definitely be on the lookout for them in Broward County. They should be one of the top teams in the district. And I'm saying all this, and Everglades actually came out and won that game. Taravella jumped out on top early. They were up 21-0 in the first quarter, and Everglades grinded out a victory and ended up winning on the last series and won that 28-21.
Nothing like great spring football in South Florida.
And it was in the nice lights too. It was nice and cool out, which is sun's starting to go down here now, so we should be getting a good second half going.
Well, folks, if you guys want to see some action, you'll see these guys go from pads to no pads this summer, June and July. We'll have the Elite 7v7.com Dirty South tournament. That'll be up in Coral Springs, and we'll have a bunch of these high school teams. It's a high school 7-on-7 competition. That's the Elite 7v7.com, and if you're interested, if you're a coach, high school coach watching, student athlete watching, you're interested in playing, get your team out there. We'll put up 10 to 12 high school teams, same format. We've got it syndicated, yard marks, referees, and then we'll take it to a round 2 and to a championship round, and each one of the championship rounds we will broadcast live on the network. That's this summer, June and July. We also have some incredible things going on with our foundation, Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. We have a volunteer group that's heading up a superior group of people. We have a couple of volunteers here tonight that are running cameras for us, came out of that first celebration, volunteer celebration, and we've got Shelly Solomon, our director of director of female sports, our legal counsel for KDA, along with Cindy Bolger, that are heading up the volunteers, and they are doing a super job. We have volunteer meetings every month. If you want hours, volunteers, go to kdafoundation.org. Here we go. Start of the third quarter. Flanagan has the ball, Glenn, 20-yard line. Stanley's got him in motion, and it's a quick pitch to the outside. Is he going to get to the corner?
There's a lot of speed out there. Oh, boy.
A lot of speed coming down on him, too. Picks up maybe 1 yard, and he paid for it. That was number 1, Francis.
They snuffed that play out real quick.
Yeah, and the Lions had time to rest because they had brought some of that Dade County swagger back out on the field.
I noticed you were talking about the 7-on-7 tournament that we were having, and you mentioned the going without pads, but just a little tidbit for you folks watching at home, they might as well have pads on because these kids go at it in the 7-on-7 tournaments, and it is some serious football.
It is. Stanley is a slow snap getting to him. He's looking to the right-hand side. Got that drag coming across the middle. Number 12, Brandley Martin.
Just short of the first down.
Picks up about 7 or 8 yards. Close to the marker, Glenn. Brings up third down and just shy of the first down. Close to the 40-yard line.
Third and about an inch.
I am impressed with Stanley and his offense. Obviously, he's got a lot of experience, and he's played with these young men for a long time. Well, we got walking up the stairs the Director of Athletics for Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation, coaching and recruiting coordinator out in JUCO in Kansas, Mr. Eric Hickson.
Those of you who noticed that name, Eric Hickson, he set a bunch of rushing records up there at Kansas State.
First down.
One of the premier running backs in the Big Ten, history of the Big Ten. Excuse me, Big 12. Now the Big 12. All these conferences changing around, but Eric Hickson, one of the most phenomenal running backs in college football in the early 90s.
And came out of Dillard High School, sits on our board, Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. He'll be in here in the booth. We'll mic him up in a second. Stanley's got the ball 1st and 10 at his own 46-yard line.
Sent him in motion again. He's rolling out, hit that flat. Bread and butter. I mean, you cannot say any better. 5 yards a pop. What'd you used to tell us in the JV football? Took 4 to score.
4 to score.
4 to score. 4 yards every play. I mean, they will cut it up all day long. 75 of the Lions looks like he might be limping. Hopefully he's okay. Tyler Crawford, 6'7", 275 pounds.
That's one piece of meat right there. Now, the good thing is the corners came up. They didn't let him turn up.
Yeah.
That's a change from the
Gotta
first half.
stop him in his tracks, though.
2nd down and 5. He's in a pistol set.
6 coming off the edge.
Throws it deep down the right-hand side.
He's got him.
He's got him.
What a catch.
34-yard completion. 34 yards to Spence. And there's that fade pattern, perfectly thrown.
Getting up to the line of scrimmage, ready to hit him again. That was a textbook catch right there. If you guys are learning at home, watching how to be a wide receiver, he stuck his hips out. He separated himself from the defensive player, used the sideline as good as he could, caught it, got 2 feet in bounds. Perfect execution as a wide receiver.
Stanley brings it up, 1st and 10. Got a pistol set. Single coverage on the top. He's going to give it off the right-hand side. Number
Sees
1.
An opening. Oh, he had a lot of grass over there on the left side. He was running like a bull with his head down right there. Good run, though.
Francis picked up about 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Brought it down to about the 13-yard line.
I know how much I just praised that wide receiver on that deep ball. I don't want to have to leave out.
There's your number 75 going off the field.
There he is. He's limping. I hope he's okay. We don't want to see anybody get hurt out here, especially with the numbers that they have.
Stretching. Man in motion coming underneath. He's going to look for that out.
Rolling left.
Looking back across the field. There he is. Going to be a pick.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Cardinal sin. Rolling out, turning back over.
That's when you got a 3-year quarterback that wants to do a little too much with the ball right there.
Throwing it back over his shoulder to the center of the end zone. No.
Like I said, I definitely can tell. I definitely can tell Stanley's been watching a lot of Johnny football A lot of Johnny Manziel out there running around because he tried to get real fancy with that last pass.
Coach Hickson just walks into the press box. 3rd down and 3 for the Falcons. We're going to get him mic'd up here in a second.
See if they can hit that flat route again.
He's smart. He let all those big coaches from the other schools leave, and he pulls up, and he's the only coach left down here. He's going to take all the cream of the crop back to Kansas.
I'll tell you what, those Lions, they are not allowing that draw play. They're trying to set up. Flanagan's been trying to set up this draw play all night. They've been trying to dink and dunk on the outside, and they're trying to hit him with these delayed draws, and it's not working. This nose guard is literally chucking this center down, and he's stuffing the hole every single time.
4th down, 6:30 in the 3rd quarter. He's got about 2 yards for the 1st down.
Let's see if we get him rolling out to the left again.
Looking to his left, he threw that out.
Oh.
Drop.
That's 10 push-ups right there.
That was a 1st down. That was a 1st down. Ball's going to turn over to the Lions.
I'm going to get my headset up here to the one and only Coach Eric Hickson.
We've got a turnover and downs. It's 1st down for the Lions. We've got 6:20 in the 3rd quarter. And let's see if Nelson can bring that offensive powerhouse of 2A state championship football team out here in this 3rd quarter and see if he can put some numbers on the board. While we're getting wired up here, Coach Hickson, good to see you, man. It's been a while up there in Indianapolis, over to Kansas. We're going to go to this 1st down first to see what Nelson can do. He's got a single back in the backfield. You jump in there anytime you want, Coach. Right up the middle, zone read, big hole. Picks up 15-20.
Look like a great running back right there.
That's number 8. Michael Frederick picks up about 18 yards. Coach Hickson, got here. School that you're at, tell us about it out there in Kansas.
I'm at Garden City Community College. And, we're just coming out, just doing a little pre-recruiting, trying to get some great kids back up. We have a great program. The head coach is Matt Miller. He played at Kansas State as well. He's doing some great things, and we basically got a great group of kids, man, and we're just trying to add to the, to the fold.
Well, I see you've been out there in the Midwest, man. You're bulking up, healthy, working out with the team. I know are you still suiting up?
No, I'm not suiting up, but I'm definitely trying to work out and keep in shape. We're trying to get some size on the kids, and, basically we playing a tough Jayhawk conference, and we just got to be prepared for everything that goes on. So we got to get bigger and faster and stronger every chance we get.
I know you got your eyeball on a bunch of players down here. They was everybody and their mother down here earlier when they got to the game. Is that your sneak attack? You come in after they leave and clean up?
No, I just basically got a little late. I had stopped over at one of the other games, and, I just coming out and seeing everybody. It's good to see everybody. Good to see you guys. Good to be back in South Florida,
Man, it's good to have you. As I said, KDA, athletic director, long line, Dillard High School, one of the original guys around, guy I got the chance to be with for years and years now, getting ready to do it at the next level and get ready to, be a head coach somewhere too one of these days.
Hey, that's my plan, Coach. I'm just taking one day at a time, and now I'm just getting these kids, looking at just basically pre-recruiting and, getting stats, get back, look at film, and see what we got to do for us later on in recruiting season. So, it's down here, it's a world with nothing but athletes, and it's a lot of coaches that's down here.
What are you looking for in these athletes when you come down?
Well, what I'm looking for, right now is just, we're just doing the eyeball test, just getting a pre-read of what's going on. We also, of course, we're looking at the grades as well. And, basically just seeing what's what, because, at the JUCO level, a lot of those kids, a lot of kids going to qualify. And, the thing is, we just got to be prepared for the ones that don't qualify, that graduates, and, just get them home, So.
You got any recruiting tip for any students, athletes that are looking to be playing at the next level?
Yes, well, basically for us, I guess recruiting tips that I can give them is basically education. Education is the key. And, you guys with the Keeping Dreams Alive, with playing the recruiting game, I think is a great thing that you guys are doing. And I think it definitely worked. You just got to be consistent with your grades and have character.
You were telling me you're up at it. The folks know that you're up at a JUCO out in Kansas. So you're looking for certain standards. You were telling me the other day that, you've got these kids that think they're going to be D1. They're already committed. They miss a test. Or they just think it's going to happen by osmosis, and you come in and grab them But they got to know they got to stay attentive to what their grades are, their tests are, to get it done. You guys are down here picking all those guys up that didn't focus on what they needed to do, or they just need another year. Or tell me what the strategy is for a player to convince them that, hey, the JUCO is a way to go out of school.
Well, it's not really a strategy. What it is kid has to understand that it's opportunity. You know, a lot of kids think they're Division I ready, and a lot of kids maybe need that year or two to develop. And I think the JUCO give them that opportunity to get that year or two of development for us lifting and running and playing and seeing things at a collegiate level. And like I say, some of them do miss the test, and some of them are BCS kids that can play. It's just like I say, they missed the test and they didn't take it seriously as they would as in high school. But then when they get to junior college, and they get in a structured program as Garden City, as other colleges and so forth, is that they have to understand they have to get their books up. And now they have changed the rules to 2.5, so they have to come in ready. They have to come in understanding. I need a 2.5 to even get out of here.
What's their biggest shock when they come on campus?
I think the biggest shock is it's just used to getting used to what's going on for us, what they need to do, time management. I think a lot of things that for as a kid, being at a teenager, I think time management is the biggest thing.
We were talking earlier, you came down yesterday, and it was interesting because you were talking to me about the kids that you recruit around Kansas and their mentality. What is it that separates the South Florida athlete from the rest of the nation?
Well, I would say what separates them is just, we're allowed to play spring football down here, year-round football. And up in Kansas, those kids don't play year-round football, but Kansas have some great athletes. Kansas have some speed, and Kansas have some kids that can really play. And I think that they would shine down here as well if they come down here and be able to be in the mix with these kids as far as practicing year-round and things like that. I think that's the only thing that hurt them. But they do have some kids in Kansas that can really get out there and really play.
So what hurts them is that these kids get to play year-round.
Yes, I think that they get to play year-round, and because like I say, it's hot down here year-round. It's hot now. I'm sweating now. I've been in Kansas only about a couple of months. I'm burning up now. So, but at the same time, I think that's what it is. Kids down here in South Florida, they play year-round. Kids in Kansas, they got to worry about winter, different things like that. They can't really get outside, but they can train. But it's a difference than training and getting out on the field and doing it.
When you talk to a student athlete, what are you looking for when they're verbally communicating with you? Let's start with the phone call. What are you looking for, and what are the things that just pop red flags up?
Well, actually, when I talk to the kid, I want to see exactly where he's coming from. I want to talk to him about his personal life, about his home life and his family and so forth. I want to talk to him about his education, how do he feel about it, what's important to him. So I want to get to know the kid. I just don't want to get the kid just, talking to him about athletics. He got to understand that, education is first. And education is a big part of what we do at Garden City. And, we definitely try to get our kids going and so forth with the education. But my approach, I get to know the kid and talk to the kid about education, his family life, because I need to know how this kid gonna react when one of the coaches we get on him. I don't want him to go into the tank and so forth for us getting on him, or vice versa, where he just doesn't take the coaching well. But for me, like I say, the most part, I just speak with them. I try to get to know the kid. I basically recruit him.
And those kids get full scholarships just like at Division I level as well. Some of them don't get full scholarships. Tell us how that works.
Well, really with the junior college, with us, we just pay for the books and tuition. Most of them have Pell Grants to pay that. It pays for the room and board.
So it's important for them to be qualified and making sure they understand what Pell is and doing their FAFSAs and making sure they're Pell qualified so that it actually gives them more money and allows them to get that far away from home, especially if you're bringing them out of here.
Yes, of course. I think at the high school levels, I think not just in South Florida, but at the high school levels, I think that's where the lack is. A lot of kids are not educated on what's going on for us, the recruiting process, and also I think the guidance counselor's got to do a better job of for us, getting kids prepared for us, their FAFSA and things like that. I know that they are getting better, but at the same time, I think it can be great, and I know that Keeping Dreams Alive does that as well, and that's something that's big.
How about time management? The shock for some of these student athletes, they're away from home, mom, dad, guardian not there to wake them up. They got an alarm clock. That just starts the day. Now, Kansas, it gets a little cold in the wintertime, and you guys will make them do some extra special things, I'm sure, before the sun comes up. How does one of these 17-year-old, 18-year-old, wet behind the ears, South Florida, prepare for a time management when they get to the collegiate level?
Well, I think what happened is, I think when they get to the collegiate level, the collegiate team, whoever it is, got to have some kind of, I guess when the kids first get there, a seminar, or I guess they got to have a meeting with all the freshmen, let them know what to expect, things like that. Different counselors have to work with them. They have to do different time managing courses and let them know what they're getting into. And I think that's part of recruiting as well, is let the kid know beforehand what's going on and whether this is what you're going to have to play in. It's different ways that you can do it. But, I think that's part of recruiting, and also with universities and colleges where they have to prep their kids of what's going on. And some kids have to be taught time management. A lot of kids that we're dealing with today, they don't have a clue about time management. They think the time run with, they make their own times, but it's not really. They can't. So.
They'll find out when they get to the next level, won't they?
Yeah.
We all found out, didn't we?
Yeah, we definitely did.
Some of us sooner than later. Hey, it's been a pleasure having you up here. Why don't you give the folks out there the name of the school, the website, how they can, look it up, and any information you want to give about the college that you're coaching at, and you're the head recruiter.
Yes. Basically, I'm at Garden City Community College. It's in Garden City, Kansas. You can look it up on www.gcckс.edu. The head coach is Matt Miller, wonderful guy. He's a Kansas State guy. Good guys from San Diego. One a good friend of mine, and I love him to death. So, you guys want a home, come check us out.
Hey, we will let you know, and you can also get in touch with us through Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation, kdafoundation.org. Anybody that has any question for Eric Hickson, if you want to see him, he's on kdafoundation.org. Who we are, just go down there, and you got his email address. You can get in contact with him. I've known Eric for a long time now, one of the finest young men to ever come out of Broward County, making it happen, getting it done, finishing what he's starting. We're going to be out here to this game. They run down the field on us. They've gained about 60, 70 yards. Actually, Cato's moving that offense.
Yes, they are. They have some great players, good size, and some great-looking kids.
Hey, you can stay here with me, Coach. It's like a son of mine, or you can do what you want to do. I just turned around because I wasn't watching the field, but I can see that Cato's got him down to inside the 25-yard line, and he's going to get sacked. Nope, he's going to break out from that. He's going to get to the sideline, into back about the line of scrimmage. They've got to get 14 points. Spring game, is this important?
Yeah, I think it is important. It's important. It's their pride. They have to. These are bragging rights. A lot of these kids, they're friends in the neighborhood. This is bragging rights. I don't care whether it's a spring game, jamboree, or scrimmage. This here is bragging rights.
And this is DADE versus Broward.
That's what it is, DADE versus Broward, and I think it's good. It's great. It's a great competition when both counties can come together and play a great game and display the good athletes that's out there on the field, because there's a lot of them out there.
Split screen, he picked it up off the turf. They gave it to him, and he got close, but there's going to be a penalty marker. We're going to see what's happening. It's great to have you up here, Eric. We'll go grab Glenn, and we'll put him back on the mic, and I know you're going to be here for another week. I can't wait to spend some more time with you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to head over to a couple more games and check the game out over there at Dillard and Monarch. They're playing over there as well. So
they're playing tonight?
Yes.
Good. Well, we'll see you later on then.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're back in here. I know you've been watching live action. There's some players down right now. Actually, one player from Flanagan. I don't know if it's cramps. Number 11 for Devin. That's Devin Bush. That's Bush, head coach's son. It was down on the turf, and they moved the ball back. They penalized the Lions, brought it back out to the 32-yard line. There's 2:27 left in the third quarter. Folks, again, this broadcast is brought to you by SFSN TV, powered by HSPN. What a great surprise to have Coach Hickson come up here, one of the young men I've been mentoring since he was a young one coming out of Dillard High School, and really enjoy seeing these young men develop and become leaders, not only in the community, but at the schools that they represent, and teaching these young men how to get it done and get it done right. Well, Nelson brings it back up to the line of scrimmage. He's got about 16 yards down at the about 30-yard line. Fakes his zone read, throws it over the middle, wide open, number 16. Number 16 has a ball. He doesn't have a name on the roster, but he gets it down to the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line. 2:17 left in the third quarter. They're moving the ball. Can't hear myself. Nelson brings him up to the line of scrimmage real quick. Single back in the backfield. I formation, zone read. He's going to keep it, takes it off the right-hand side. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring second down, the 10-yard line. 2 minutes. Second down. They're not going to call it second down and goal, so it just may be outside the 10-yard line. Zone read, boy, it goes right up the middle, and he goes hard behind those big linemen. He may have picked up 2 or 3 yards. Clock is running under 140. Got Glenn back on the mic.
Looking like the Lions are about to punch one in finally. Got to keep the flags off the field.
Throws it over here to the left side. Oh, my goodness. Great defensive play by number 8, Rocco Marucci. We've heard his name a couple times. Nice out by Nelson. He threw it right in there.
That was a rocket right there.
It was a great defensive play. Marucci got his hand right in there. That was 6 points.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take a second to thank one of our sponsors here at Flanagan High School.
Minute 11, third quarter.
There's still plenty of game left. I mean, all they got to do is score here, and this game is close.
You should go to movietickets.com and place your order. It's easy. Movietickets.com.
Well, they took a quick break. Again, folks, if you're watching us from any of the sports bloggers, we appreciate it. SFSN.TV and Lazaro up at Bleacher. We appreciate you streaming us. We got Bobby Jackson up there at Florida Gridiron streaming us, and Josh Wilson, Florida High School Football. And let me tell you something. All those guys, if you haven't seen it, those are all .coms. All you guys are doing a great job and great upgrades to your sites. They've been working hard all off season to get you guys pleasantly surprised. I'm sure the ones that are watching tonight know that, but if you're a newcomer and you want to see some of the sports bloggers, the best ones, not only in South Florida but the nation, that cover the best student athletes in the nation, you go to any one of those sites and you will see some great stats and great information.
Fourth and
great
goal.
Chat lines. 4th and goal. You're right, Glenn.
I think we're gonna see a quarterback draw here. He got the whole series almost all the way down here. See if he keeps it.
Too long.
Oh my goodness!
Almost picked off.
Threw it into quadruple coverage.
Falcons defense stands tall once again in the end zone.
Going to take over on downs.
He should have jumped up. He should have jumped up and threw that ball a little earlier when he had him in the back of the end zone. But it's tough when you're trying to look over your offensive line and your defensive line, and you're only about 5'10", 5'11".
Held on to that ball a long time. He looked left. He looked to the left corner first. And you're right, Glenn. That big receiver was up there. He should have thrown a jump ball way up.
I thought he was going to take off the whole way down the field. He ran about 5-6 times right down the middle of the field. I'm surprised. So they're going to get the ball first down inside the 10-yard line. So this is a good chance for the Lions if they can get some pressure on Stanley, because Stanley definitely likes to make some plays, and sometimes he holds on to the ball a little too long.
Well, we got 1 minute left in the third quarter. And we've got an intern on the switcher. How about that, folks?
He's changing up the play right here. See what kind of veteran move he's going to make.
Got a 22 set.
Look at that.
Got the Lions to jump on
like
that
Tom
long,
Brady.
hard cadence.
Looking like Tom Brady out there.
Moving and shaking and flinching going on. Cost the Lions 5 yards.
3 5 yards.
When you have a quarterback that can make that decision out on the field and on the high school level, I mean, it is literally The offensive coordinator doesn't even have to make eye contact. He knows that the quarterback's going to take care of it. When you have that ability at this level, I mean, that's the difference between winning you and losing you football games. He just got himself some cushion outside of that end zone, and all off of just knowing that he can get them to jump off sides.
Gives it off the right-hand side.
Lions aren't having any of that. Uh-oh, here we go, getting a little scrummy again.
Granger doesn't pick up any.
Hey, there's no music while y'all trying to dance with each other out there. You're out there to play football, not act a fool. Let's go.
You can tell the Lions are getting a little frustrated here. They're coming off the edge, and it's definitely getting chippy. They want to score some points too, and they're definitely not letting Flanagan push them around.
Hey, these are state champions. They went 14-0, so yeah, they're going to get a little chippy, all right, when they're being manhandled, especially away from home. That's a long drive back to DADE. There you go, that little quick sprint out. But I can tell you right now, they're coming up and swarming it.
17. If 17 had broken the ball a half a second earlier, we might have seen a hit stick there because he was coming downhill fast.
I'm sorry, Glenn.
He was literally coming downhill fast, and that wide receiver did not have his head turned around in time. That would have been a collision.
That was Devontae Mitchell. That's the end of the third quarter. Falcons are up 14-0. Spring Jamboree action here from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Flanagan Falcons and Champagnat Lions. Brought to you by SFSN.TV, and it's powered by HSPN. We will be right back. Stay with us.
I was trying to get some air in here.
10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
No, it's good.
Flanagan Falcons have the ball. I'm sorry. Yes, they do have the ball. They just moved the ball the other end of the field, and I had to get my coordinates back. They got some of this music blaring. We were rocking and rolling. Fourth quarter, 14-0.
These kids are ready for summer vacation. That's why they're rocking and rolling. These kids are ready to go on break. They've had a long school year, ready to go to the beach. But these football players won't be going to the beach. They got 2 a days.
Michael Francis in the backfield.
Laundry
everywhere. Going to back them up 5 more yards.
There's the Lions' opportunity to maybe get a little safety here, get some points on the board.
3rd down and 13. Stanley's coming back in from the sidelines.
See what kind of mindset they're in right now. See what play they call here on 3rd and long in their own end zone.
Single back Francis in the backfield. Trips to the top side of the field. Watch for a split screen to the right. He's going to go deep down the middle.
Zoop.
Great catch. He's still up. That's number 5, Mitchell. Great, strong hands, Glenn, and hit that seam, and he wasn't going down.
Like I said, that shows confidence in your offense, confidence in your quarterback to be able to take a shotgun snap out of your own end zone on 3rd and long and throw a strike like that to a wide receiver. I mean, it speaks for itself.
Picked up close to 15. He'll bring a first down out here at about the 22-yard line. Nice velocity on that ball, and that receiver was not going to be denied.
He's going deep again.
There he goes, down the right-hand side.
Look
Beautiful
at that.
pass over the shoulder.
Oh,
He's going to the 20. He's down to the 15, 10. Touchdown. That's number 6, Codner.
What a strike. What a throw by Stanley. You can't draw it up any better than that.
75-yard completion for a touchdown. Stanley to Codner. He's been working that right-hand side. He's been throwing it to Spence. And then he sends number 6, Codner, on a fade. Codner takes it. Another 55 yards. Gets it into the paint. The Falcons go up 20-0. That'll wake you up.
I mean, on a 3-step drop, it doesn't get any better than that. 3 steps, let it fly. Wide receiver ran underneath it, caught the ball, tightrope down the sideline, and that's 6 points. You can't draw it up any better than that.
Woo! That was sweet. That was sweet. He was only open by a yard, but that ball was placed perfect.
As the quarterbacks like to say, throw them open.
Punched it through. 21-0. Falcons over the Lions. They haven't put it up yet. Maybe they didn't get it. Well, they didn't get that extra point. So it's 20-0. Fourth quarter.
Sunshine strikes again.
9 minutes. And he's got, stats-wise, Stanley stats, 17 for 27, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he just threw a 78-yard one. I'll be corrected by 3 yards to Codner for a touchdown, averaging 8.8 yards a throw. Will Cato's got the ball back. Fourth quarter. Brought his offense back out. Let's see, Glenn, if they can put anything on the board.
I mean, they've gotten close twice, and they just weren't able to get in under circumstances of fumbles and discipline and penalties and whatnot. But, I mean, they have the athletes to put points on the board, obviously.
Too much time, or was it motion? False start. First down and 15. Nelson's got tripped to the top side. Wow, snap to the running back. And he's going to try to make it to the edge. He's going to turn his field.
Oh, man.
You better get upfield. Could be a safety.
This is the one thing you don't want to see.
He does turn it up the side, but he loses about 7 yards. And, man, Glenn, he ran back to the 1 yard line.
He's going to be gassed on that one. Taking that out of Barry Sanders' playbook, Adrian Peterson's playbook.
That was a bad snap, and it wasn't a planned play. That snap was because you saw Nelson look frustrated. It was snapped right to the running back, and that wasn't supposed to happen.
I'll tell you what, though. The way that this defense is lined up right now, they're in a 4-3 with the gap in between the center and the guards. You could drive a pickup truck through the middle of where these 2 defensive tackles are. I'd be attacking that spot right there up the middle all day. That's what they did on the last series.
Coming inside 8 minutes. Now the ball rolls back to Nelson, and he is swarmed. He breaks loose.
Somebody's got to be open.
Throws it down the sideline over the outstretched hands. Wide open receiver. That was a first down. You know, for all the, I know Cato, you've been hearing about him all season. He's with that Florida Fire or one of those groups, and they're 7-on-7s all over the state. and lighten it up everywhere. You got to shoot it up, pad it up, and get it timing with your own receivers.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't know if that works in a good way or a bad way when these kids go out to different teams and throw to different receivers, different speed.
I think at this level, any amount of time that they can get out on the field, getting some passes in, getting some running in, just making sure they're staying their timing down.
Well, Nelson's stats tonight, 7 completions, or 16 attempts for 7 completions. He's at 75 yards, and he's a 4.7 yard average. They're taking a timeout. This is SFSN.TV. We'll be right back with you. Eight minutes, 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Third down, and for Everglen, 20. Nelson's got trips to the bottom side, single back in the backfield.
I literally cannot believe how big number 6 is in the slot right now. Look at the linebacker covering him.
He's looking to the right, but he's going to go to a center screen. Didn't fool any of the Falcons.
That didn't fool anybody.
Didn't pick up an inch.
The one issue with running a screen is you have to sell the play. And right there, that wasn't sold enough. They knew it was coming because as soon as the quarterback snapped the ball, he turned and tossed it to the running back. He didn't sell it off at all.
And the wide receivers didn't do anything but look back to the center of the field either.
Looks like we might have a injury over there. They got the ambulance pulling up. Hopefully everything's okay.
Well, that was going to bring it to fourth down. It's going to be a ball that's given back to the Falcons, and it looks like Stanley's coming back in. You know, in springtime they usually get all the players in, but they're going to play Stanley. We've got 7 minutes in the fourth quarter. Clock is going to run now.
Flanagan's been in complete control of this game, offensive, defensive wise. Penalties on both sides of the ball, but obviously the way that Flanagan's been playing, they've been controlling the ball, taking some shots downfield. Sometimes the Lions obviously have athletic ability, but sometimes that's not just going to win it for you.
Yeah, and they're playing bigger boys. They're 2A ball. And they're playing against 8A. And, you know, they've got more depth over here at Flanagan. And
there's the laundry again.
They'll keep the clock rolling. It's coming in under 6 minutes. Folks, we're glad you watched tonight, following us, SFSN.TV. Powered by HSPN. Bringing you high school sports and events.
Personal foul, back them up.
Around the country. I'd like to see if the Lions can punch one in, but it doesn't look very favorable. I've only seen one. Actually, I didn't even see the drive because Coach Hickson was up here and I was talking with him.
What a play. Careful. Man, you don't want to run back to the middle of the field like that when you got linebackers coming back downhill. Good play, though.
That's number 32, Anthony Johnson's first touch of the ball. They are getting some fresh players in.
The way that Stanley had them roped in there. He brought them in, let the whole defense get to him, and then just do a nice lob pass right over the top of their heads.
Well, they're going to take a water break. We too will take a break. You're watching SFSN.TV, powered by HSPN. Stay with us. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Flanagan impressive lead, 20-0. The Lions will go home to Dade County and they'll get a good rest until they get ready to gear them back up for summer training. And I'm sure a number of those skilled players will be playing in the 7v7 competitions this summer. Stanley's still in at quarterback. He's going to run a screen, a center screen. Big boy coming over the middle.
There's my boy right there.
No way. Number 6, both ways. Debonair Clarington, 6'6", 230-pound junior, Glenn. Playing both ways.
He looks like LeBron James out there. I mean, these guys, he's a freak athlete.
Well, I talked to Coach Tunstall down there for the Lions and told him that we'd love to be able to work with the kids, get them on playing the recruiting game, learning management system. And I know a bunch of them are getting a lot of looks, but there's nothing better to have them well equipped to learn how to play the game, not only at the collegiate level but beyond. We take recruiting, we take a business approach to the athletic recruiting, not just football but all sports. You want any more information or be part of our newsletter and get information, go to playingtherecruitinggame.com/newsletter. Sign up and we will get you the information. Well, Nelson comes back in.
See if the Lions can put some points on the board here.
Their last possession, we're in 3 minutes. Throws it to the left-hand side.
What a gun.
Quick out, picks up first down and about another 6.
There you go. That's some positive yards. You don't want to go back to Dade County with a goose egg.
You're right about that. Especially after the last game they played was a state championship, and they dominated.
Talk about leaving a bad taste in your mouth if you have to wait the entire summer to get back to football season and you end the spring game with no points on the board.
Well, we just moved under 3 minutes. See if Nelson can do something with it, get their offense some points on the board. Trips to the right-hand side. Penalty flag.
Free play.
Wide open receiver, number 16. He's going to take it to the
score.
pace. But it's going to bring all back for naught.
I actually think it's a free play. I think that Flanagan had too many men on the field, 12 men on the field. He wasn't getting off in time. Perfect time to put a strike down the middle of the field. We spoke too soon. The Lions put some points up on the board, and it's good to see that. They're going to decline this penalty.
There you go. 54-yard pass play. Post pattern to the middle of the field. I'm glad to see it. He just outran cover 2, brought it right to the middle of the field, and it's a touchdown.
What a strike. He put some juice on that ball, too.
And that's number 16, who's not on the roster, so he must have switched jerseys on us. He's a player. He is definitely a player. Well, we're under 2 minutes. That was a beautiful play. Beautiful strike by Cato. Saw the penalty flag and made too many assumptions. Just thought it was a Lions penalty. I was wrong, but I watched the play all the way to the end zone. It was beautiful. He's going for 2. He got it. Send it out there to your guy.
There you go.
Number 6.
Got to go to your bread and butter. 6'6". I don't know who else you'd want to throw it to out there on the field.
Put number 8 up on the board. 20-8. Clock is running down to 1:27. They may get a couple of plays off. Folks, we're glad you joined us tonight. SFSN.TV, powered by HSPN. We appreciate the bloggers that were streaming us tonight. Bleacher.com, FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com.
That is a very nice watch.
And that's FloridaHSFootball.com and FloridaGridironPreps.com. We do appreciate all that you've done. And a special thanks to HSPN crew for tonight's broadcast. Darian August and Aaron Pond, our 2 interns that we brought out of Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation, the volunteer celebration meeting from last week. We'll be having that monthly. And let me tell you something. Aaron, upstairs on that camera, did a great job. And Darian August, 8th grader, folks. Second half on the switcher. Congratulations to them. Without those folks, wouldn't be possible. Special thanks to my oldest boy, Glenn Stout, for coming in and doing play-by-play with me.
Great to be here. Great to have football season back.
Got Ryan down there on the control. Got Bob Webster on a camera tonight. We put them wherever we got to put them, and we get it done. Manny, we appreciate it. SFSN.TV streaming us as well. Broadcast tonight. I don't know why they stopped the clock. 23 seconds left, but it's been great with you this evening. Watch for us this summer. We'll be covering the Elite 7v7.com Dirty South tournaments. We'll cover the championship games, and we'll probably have some more surprises for you as well with some other broadcasts. Ryan Stout is director of broadcasting, and some surprises this summer coming out of his hat. We'll be working with all of these young men throughout the summer on playingtherecruitinggame.com. You want information? Be part of the newsletter. Go to playingtherecruitinggame.com/newsletter, and this will be the last play of the game. Glenn, any final comments?
Great game. Great game. Both sides of the ball. Obviously, Flanagan's got some great athletes out there. Look at this. He's going to break this last one. I love seeing that. They'll go off tackle the last play.
That'll be the last play of the game.
Man, just the Lions, they showed up. Unfortunately, they couldn't put enough together to win this game. But, I mean, it's a spring game. They're just trying to get some work. And hopefully that both these teams will be working hard throughout the summer, and we can see them in the fall.
Well, we probably will see them this summer as we're playing the Elite 7v7 High School Challenge. That's the end of the game, folks. They're going to go out there and meet DADE versus Broward, 2A perennial state champions, Champagnat Lions versus the Flanagan Falcons. It was final score of 20-8. This production brought to you by SFSN.TV, powered by HSPN. Good night, folks.
Go 954.
Taking knee. Well, that's just dangerous throw. He will take. He's going to snap, punt it. He's at the 50, to the 40. He's down his feet.